forgot that yesterday. Does anybody object to me recording? I should have checked beforehand, but I did mention it in the calendar invite, so okay. Excellent. Thanks, Susan. So welcome to the Moodle Capability Program North Region. It's an informal Moodle awareness training, and it's more of a networking peer-to-peer sort of workshop. Okay, so before we begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of our country throughout Australia and recognise their continuing connection to land, waters and culture, and we pay our respects to their elders past and present and emerging. And I'd also like to extend that welcome to all Aboriginal colleagues joining today. I'm joining from Belmont, Awabakal country, right on beautiful Lake Macquarie. This next image is, it was sent to my daughter. She's a beauty student and she's doing Cert 4, and I thought it was just a wonderful image of the beautiful Indigenous culture, but in relation to beauty itself, because we're all anxiously waiting for the beauty skills points products, so I thought that was very relevant for today. And in this image you can see the traditional artwork, Indigenous artwork, and also the modern. Okay. Okay, so what's this program about? It's to upskill ed quality staff in Moodle to support the legacy Moodle course enhancements or new development in an educational context, not a technical one. Okay, so the legacy Moodle course enhancement is all of the courses that have been running in Moodle to date. So the ones that are currently running, there are issues that come up, and as a support team, we need to have a little bit of forethought in how we would respond if we get a request to help. And also, if there is any new development, if your skills team want to be proactive and start delivering in the Moodle environment, well, we need to have some good tricks up our sleeves. Okay, so the normal support that is required by skills teams are they request Moodle products for skills points, so they request support for the Moodle products. In this program, I will touch on the skills points Moodle products, but there is training coming out around that for teachers, and I think that would be the best training for us. But I have had a little bit of experience with the products, and so I will just let you know informally what the differences are between the legacy and the new skills points products. And then of course the legacy Moodle support enhancement, and then any new Moodle course request for non-skills points products. Any Moodle issues, any technical issues are reported to the blended delivery support team. And the blended delivery support team also assist our teaching staff with how to use the Moodle products. But us as a support team and the blended delivery as a support team, we need to work together and so that we can effectively service our customers. The skills points Moodle products, the resources to support that are all housed in Capability Central on the intranet. So if you go to Staff Essentials, Capability Central, you'll see a whole heap of tiles, and if you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see using skills points products, and you click on there and you scroll to the bottom of the page, and you have a whole heap of quick reference guides and videos that will support your teachers in how to prepare their new skills point product courses. So that is the first port of call with the skills points product. We direct them here, and this is a live site, so we will see it being updated, because as we know, things change. I also found this on the intranet. I thought it was a really great image of how the skills points and the regions work together. So the skills points develop the products, and then they pass it over to the regions to deliver. But there's lots of work that goes on in between that. So it's our responsibility to provide the skills points, the insights and the knowledge that we have, and also the feedback on the product, how well it works, for continuous improvement. Okay. As part of the Ed Quality community of practice, it became apparent that with the new skills points products and also the legacy Moodle products, that we needed to have some type of a working group that sort of unpacked the requirements of our skills team. So from the community of practice, there was a smaller group formed called the Regional Moodle Capability Working Group, and there's two representatives from each region that meet once a week or once a fortnight to discuss common issues with Moodle. So as part of that, we've actually identified that there is quite a difference with the support of skills points products compared to the old Moodle support. So in this diagram, the green indicates the approved skills points products, and the purple is the non-skills points Moodle products. So in the green, you'll notice there's 3 phases of the product life cycle, which is build, deliver, and evaluate. The build and the evaluate is grayed out because the skills points are responsible for those parts of the life cycle. We get the product in the deliver phase, so there's handover points from the build to the deliver, and after we've delivered the product, well, then there's also mechanisms to provide feedback. So our support to our skills teams lies in the deliver phase, which is assessing your teaching capability, planning for a new product, customizing the resource once you get it, and then implementing it and maintaining the resource. And it's our job to filter information from the blended delivery support team and the skills points. So working with the sticks and also working with the product implementation coordinators from skills points. And then of course we've got our non-skills points product, which is our legacy Moodle, and the product life cycle of that is exactly the same. However, we are very present in the build phase, so we need to define, number one, what is the aim of your blended Moodle presence? Where does it fit into the TAS and the self-directed learning part of the TAS? Then we need to facilitate how you're going to build that. So we will give you recommendations to give to the blended delivery support team, and the blended delivery support team will clone a course. They will assist you with adding activities and setting up your Moodle ready for student access. Amongst the teams, it needs to be trialled, and you need to evaluate it and test it to ensure that it's ready for student access. And then of course we've got our deliver phase. So if we put a lot of time into that build, define, trial phase, then you'll probably find that our support in the deliver phase won't be as much. However, in the skills point approved products, we will be following up and making sure that everything's running smoothly in the deliver phase. But we would have done that long before in the non-skills points products. And then of course we've got the evaluate. So a lot of our legacy courses, when they teach out, they will go through a phase of, is this still working for us? Have we got a training package update? Do we need to update this resource? So to continually improve your service that you're you're providing your customer, which is the student, it's best practice to go through that, evaluate, and continuous improvement. So if in conjunction with the STEs and the delivery implementation support team, if it's decided that you will start again and build something from scratch because what you've got is sort of a little bit outdated and it needs more work than what it really needs, well then we've got a solution for that. Okay, so next, educational quality support. So our support lies in the writing of instruction, determining the types of activity to meet the volume of learning and at the right AQF level. We need to provide advice on how to monitor progress, to conduct the online assessment and marking, and provide feedback, and also extracting that data when we're required to. So it's educational support, not so much technical. So with this group, I'm hoping to unpack what your thoughts are on where our support lies and where the support of the blended delivery support team, so we can work together. The planned delivery for this mini program is 1 hour a week for 4 weeks. And then I've created some resources and some activities in the iTAFE platform, and that would be roughly 2 to 3, 4 hours, depends on how much time you want to put into it per week, and it's ongoing after that. If you want to keep going with this, well then that's an option. I've also included some on-the-job suggestions. So you go out there and you're doing a little bit of research in your skills team, and then you're bringing that information back to this program and the team for continuous improvement and also support. Okay, so this is what the Moodle looks like in iTAFE, and it's North Region Moodle. So this program was developed specifically for North Region, but like I said, we've been allowed to extend the offer to our statewide colleagues. So throughout the program, I will talk about Moodle and what it might look like for you in your platform. You can see that we've got 5 tabs across the top. So you've got your overview, your plan, develop, implement, and facilitate. So it's like that product life cycle of a Moodle product and evaluating each stage. What's involved in the program? So it goes for 4 weeks and there's roughly 9 activities. In week 1, so the activities will be completed from week to week, and this is just a suggested schedule. So in week 1, after today, I will send the welcome emails, give you access to the Moodle platform. iTAFE is a little bit different to other Moodles because you have to create an account, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So week 1 is a forum icebreaker, Moodle course planning sheet. So you're thinking about presenting some content in Moodle. So we're going through that process that your skills team would go through if they want to build a new course. Then you need to be aware of how to request your own course or sandpit. I've actually pre-cloned a whole heap of courses ready to go so we don't all have to jump in a queue like everyone else, just to get this sort of moving. And then, of course, there's on-the-job suggested activities that would complement the activities that you're doing in Moodle. So once you get your sandpit, you'll apply your planning activities. So you'll be adding labels with information for the students. You'll be adding resources, adding Moodle activities, conducting an assessment in an online environment, and then evaluating your build and the way that you've facilitated your little activity, and we'll look at continuous improvement processes. so we can promote those to our skills team. So of course there's on the job and there's some self-reflection questions. Okay, so that is a very big welcome to everybody, and yeah, thanks for joining in. So I'll stop sharing now, and could I just get everyone to please type in the chat pod, what region are you from? Awesome. Thanks, guys. And I will just add in here a little poll. I've been having fun playing in Skype. I've never really delivered in Skype before. When you put a poll into Skype, you only get 7 options. So I've had to join 2 skills point areas. And it just so happens that North Region has 7 skills teams. So we join IMRS and CDI, as well as AB and SCEC. Okay, so we've got we've got 4 people who support IMRS, skills team number 1. Okay, great, thanks everyone. I'll save the results and then I'll stop sharing. You can actually save an image of the poll, which is something I've never done before. Okay, so I was just wondering if we could just quickly go around the room and introduce ourselves, where you're from, and do you have any skills teams using Moodle or asking for you for support with Moodle. So we'll just start with the top. I'm not sure if you see what I see, but I see Christine up the top left-hand side, then Kerry, Romani, Sandra, Sue. Is that the way everyone sees it? So Chris, would you mind going first? Okay.
Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, my name's Chris Sefton. I'm currently actually relieving in the role of Regional Education Capability Partner, but prior to that I've been in the North Educational Quality Team as a STAYS supporting agribusiness, and in that team there are a number of teachers who have legacy Moodle, but we don't have any skills point products to work with, and also interested from the capability partner perspective because this Moodle support is, as you know, it's a statewide problem. It's an issue for everyone. Thanks.
Great, thanks, Chris. Kerry, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sorry, I can't see the order, but yeah. Hi, I'm Kerry from Western Sydney region and part of that Moodle capability working group that Leslie, I'm sorry, I'm just starting my video so you can see me. Part of that, hi, the Moodle capability working group, and as Leslie said, we are identifying lots of problems with supporting Moodles for our skills team. So I think we're getting some traction now, and Leslie, it's great that Leslie's had the opportunity in the North region to put together some training for the EQ teams and sharing that with the rest of us. So thanks, Leslie.
No worries. Thank you, Kerry. Romani.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ramani Johnson. I'm based in St. Leonard's, and I'm supporting 2 skills teams, the IEC and IMRSI. We still haven't got any request for support on the Moodle as of now, but however, we would like to get support our skills team and provide whatever training that should be on the Moodle in future. So we are just looking forward to working with the skills teams in this space. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Sandra.
Oh, hi. Sandra Stephen. I'm in Sydney as well, based at St Leonard's with Romani and Sue. My skills team that I support is IMRSA. A good proportion of my skills team are already using Moodle, but they're all legacy sites. We have a big section that's still using Sakai. I don't know if you, yeah, so using that old system. So we actually met with them yesterday, and they have one teacher there that's kind of keen to start using the new platform. So I'm really keen to, I've done a little bit of Moodle, but I'm really keen to learn how to do it so we can support them.
Great, excellent. No worries. Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah.
Sue.
Just trying
Sorry,
to
which Sue?
Oh,
Sue.
Sue.
Sue Resendi.
Yes.
Sorry, just starting my video. Yes, I'm with Romani, Sue Clayman and Sandy at St Leonard's in Sydney. And I support the supply chain, and they have got quite a lot of Moodle sites already. We've had people working solely on Moodle, and they've helped them so far, but I will need to help them in the future. So that's why I'm doing this. I have got Sakai background, but not Moodle.
Okay, great. Thank you. There's it must be a big jump from one platform that's completely different to Moodle. I know that I've jumped from Moodle to Moodle to Moodle, but and it's all the same. But you know, you've got your enhancements. But yeah, to go from one platform to a completely different one.
Yeah, because the north side, as you know, is all Sakai.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh well, anything that we can do to assist.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Sue. Amanda.
Hey everyone, I am a skills team implementation coordinator in the North region, and so at the moment I do have a few teams that are using Moodle, and I think makeup and beauty, their Moodle is being released last week, so that'll be a lot of work in that space. Some of our teams use the old Moodle platforms, but also Google Classrooms, which some are working in between the two at the moment. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. Yeah, that's me.
Excellent. Thanks, Amanda. BA.
Hi, I'll just start my video, and thank you very much, Leslie, for conducting this training. Really appreciate it very much. I'm located in Orange in the West region, and I'm a STEES. We are currently challenged because I suppose the teachers have been waiting for the direction of who does what, and so have I, so that there's a clear process out there. We have a number of legacy Moodles, but we're currently going through a QA to see which ones we can, you know, put to bed, and which ones need some work to bring them up to speed whilst we're waiting for Skills Point products. We do have the Cert 3 in fitness, but we're just waiting. We've had a request in, and this is not a criticism of anyone because I understand the workload at the moment, but we've had a request in for over a month now, and our teachers still don't have access. So I've had to sort of step in and just wave a red flag because delivery has obviously started. We're not perhaps going to use the Moodle completely because our host made a decision, because things weren't happening quickly enough, that we were going to work with our existing resources. And so that was a decision made because she felt it was all too rushed, and that our teachers didn't have enough time to get their head around things because all of them have never used a Moodle before. So there's a lot of learning to take place there. So I'm also working with our teaching teams at the moment to identify their capabilities. So, and I'll be doing a lot of travelling. Just remind everyone, our region is 2/3 of the state geographically, so that in itself is a challenge. So, and trying to connect with all the head teachers when you only ever meet them over Skype or VC. So I want to get around and meet each one face to face, but that is challenging, but I'm up for it. So thanks again, Leslie. And
no worries. I'd love to actually come out and meet you somewhere out west. Actually, I've got one question for you, BA. how did you cope with the snow? Did it snow in Orange?
We're used to it. That was nothing on the
Really?
way. I mean,
Wow.
am I allowed to say before global warming, we used to get snow regularly and, quite thick, but the last few years it snowed but hasn't really settled, but it did settle a little bit on the weekend, and if you went up Mount Canobolas, higher altitude, it was quite thick. So it was beautiful though, and we just snuggle inside and drink hot chocolate and eat marshmallows. So beautiful.
Thanks, BA.
Thank you.
Janaya, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I would. Sorry, I just had to duck out and take a phone call, so I'm just catching up. But yep, I'm Janaya Field. I'm a STEES in Belmont, so I work next to Leslie, lucky me. And I'm aligned to the CDI, Creative Design and Ideation, and I've just recently been also aligned to the IMRS. So they're both part of Skills Team 1, but before Leslie was working closely with IMRS, and now I'm doing both because Leslie's working very hard on the Moodle capability program. So hi,
Thank you, Janaya. And Leanne. So you've got in the chat pod, North Region, based in Casino, currently supporting health, wellbeing, community services team, and the team uses Moodle and Google Classrooms. Okay, so did you want to say any more, Leanne? And I think Sandy's on a phone call.
No, that's about it. I'm currently in another meeting with a planning team, but I'm just listening in so that I didn't miss out on
Awesome.
this. But yeah,
Thank you, Leanne.
Health wellbeing team.
Thanks for joining. Okay, I'll start the next PowerPoint. So from here on end, it's basically just an overview. So I've introduced the program. After today, everyone will receive a welcome email with access to the platform, and you can interact with it. Somebody's got their audio still on. Sorry, I think it's Leanne. Mute. Thank you. So now I'll just do a basic overview of a Moodle platform, and I'll just explain the differences that we've got here between, oh, sorry, Sue, I've forgotten you. Okay. Sue, could you?
Oh, don't mind me. I'll just sit here as a Nigel. It's happened more than once. I'm just laughing with my colleague over here, Sue.
Sorry, it's
already
funny with the Skype because you've got like these little windows. And...
Yeah, no, that's all right. I'm from Sydney, and I'm here with Romani and Sue and Sandy as well. We're all working together in various projects, but within the same team. I myself, I look after CPALs and supply chain, and I've had many decades of Moodle admin from my teaching years. As far as these two teams go, these two skills teams, they are progressively adopting Moodle. As was mentioned before, we did have a different platform previously at North Sydney, so we sort of had half of our region was using Moodle and half using something else entirely, and of course then there was that group who wasn't using anything at all. So it is a progressive move to get onto Moodle.
Okay, great. Thank you for joining, and thanks for your insight. And so you're all sitting in the same office, basically?
Pretty much, yeah. Different corners of the same room, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good collaboration. Okay, thanks, Sue. So, Moodle platform in North Region, we've got two. We've got Moodle 3.1 and 3.5, and there's quite a bit of difference between the two, and I'll explain that further. So this little presentation, it's just an overview of Moodle in general. Next week we're going to get into the sandpits and start adding information, activity, instructions and so forth. However, this is just a bit of an explanation of the platform and what you can do with it. So the two North Coast Moodle platforms are Hunter iTAFE, which is Moodle 3.1. It's an older version, so it has a slightly less functionality, and we've actually had to disable the marking annotator because it's not really suitable for this particular version of Moodle, which is unfortunate. But iTAFE was built about 4 years ago, and it's very heavily customized. Therefore, it's unable to be upgraded. And it's not integrated into the student management system as well. So it means that students have to create an account and then they have to enroll themselves in the courses. So their TAFE email address and password won't work. So there's fors and against for that. Sometimes if you're waiting on a student account creation, you can actually get them straight into Hunter iTAFE, whereas the other platforms that are integrated, you have to wait for that student email, and that is actually what they should be using. But sometimes, as we know, they don't check on their emails as much, like their TAFE emails. So it's good that with iTAFE, all the notifications get sent straight to the email that they check all the time. With the North Coast version, it has been recently upgraded to 3.5, which is much newer, and the PDF annotator works lovely. It's beautiful. It's such a nice way to mark. However, it's quite standard and out-of-the-box Moodle, so you'll see some differences. With iTAFE, the design, we wanted it to be nice and seamless and easy navigation, but the more customised it is, the less chance you've got to upgrade it. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but that's what we've got. Until we go to the TDC. Does anybody know what the TDC is? Type it in the chat pod if you do. That's a bit of a quiz question. TDC. I can see Kerry typing. I know she knows what it is. Yep, that's it. TAFE Digital Campus. So that will be our one centralised statewide Moodle, and they're currently looking at that for the blended. At the moment, it houses all the fully online courses, but in the future, it's going to house the blended as well. So there needs to be some tweaks. But until such times, we need to use our regional Moodles, hence why we're doing some capability development, and it's customised to the Moodles that we've got. So the Moodle dashboard looks like so. The Moodle dashboard is unique to the user, so a user can customise their dashboard. If you click on customise this page, it's the green button here or the blue button on the right, all of these edit functions appear. So you can add blocks, you can move blocks around, and it's nice to point that out to students that like to use technology to organise themselves. And of course, the teaching staff. Okay, so accessing a user profile, usually in the top right-hand corner, you'll see an image of your profile, and you can click on it, and then there's a drop-down menu, so you can have a look at your dashboard, view your profile, have a look at your preferences, change your password, and so forth. When you click on your profile, you'll see all of the courses that you are enrolled in. So you can also get a quick snapshot of your progress within each course and each unit that you're enrolled in. To edit your profile, to update your email address, or if you change your name or anything else, you click on edit and then change the details. You can also add a profile picture and a bio, which as a teacher I would highly recommend. Depending on the amount of self-directed hours your students will spend in the platform outside of the classroom, this can make them feel like you're not far away. If you've got an image there, and particularly new students, it's nice for them to get to know you and what you like to do. So you can add a bio in the description of your profile, and they'll see that. For your students, if they upload pictures, it also makes it easier for you as a teacher when you're scrolling through and marking different people's assignments. I find it extremely handy if they've got a picture there, because you tend to look for the picture and not the name. You can also search your student's profile. So in enrolled users, you click on your student and then it will take you to your student's profile. You can see all of the courses and units they're enrolled in, so you can check that they're enrolled in the right courses. And also, once again, you'll see a snapshot of their progress. You'll see if they've been graded for certain things, and so forth. It all depends on your platform setup, because I know that we've customized things in iTAFE. However, I'm not as familiar with the North Coast Moodle. There's messaging options in Moodle. You can set up a contact list in your own profile for your own people that you message regularly. So this could be colleagues, students, or your teaching staff. You can utilize the messaging functionality in Moodle. And if your colleagues or staff, or if the students are offline, they will be sent an offline message via their email. So that is how you can set that up. The important thing to understand in Moodle is the unit and course structure. So every Moodle platform has a navigation, like a top navigation menu that will appear on every page. So it has different information. In iTAFE, it's got a whole heap of links to how to prepare for study and student support and the catalogue, and there's a whole heap of digital tools. In North Coast, you've got student quick links and support, and also the catalogue. On the home page in iTAFE, this is what it looks like. So you'll notice on the left here, there's the course image appears on your home page, and you can click on View Units, and any units that you're enrolled to that are attached to that course will appear when you click on View Units. So at any time, it doesn't matter where a student or a staff member is in the iTAFE platform, they can click on the top iTAFE icon on the top left-hand corner, and it will take them straight back to this page, and then they can quickly go in from here. North Coast is very similar. It has a course image, and you can see a course here. The new Skills Points products, their units actually have images, but I've noticed that the courses don't have images. So this is what it looks like, just a bit of a greyed out sort of a look. I like the image much better, and it can help distinguish between the two. So what I was saying before, the relationship between a course and the units is really important to understand. So a course is basically what we refer to as a landing page, or the front doorway. So it houses any course information. It would house your course assessment guide. So the first thing your students need to do is enter the doorway or the home page. They need to read the course assessment guide, and they need to accept the terms and conditions of being enrolled as a student in that course. And in Moodle, Moodle's got a capability to lock off areas until that acknowledgement occurs. So once the students accept the terms and conditions of the course, it will then unlock the units. To enroll in a course, the recommended method is self-enrollment. And the way that occurs is once a course is set up with groups and an enrollment key, the teacher then emails the student with a link to the course and an enrollment key. So they click on the link to the course, they log in to the platform, or they register an account first, then they log in, they then come to a home screen where they have to enter an access key, then they get into their course. It's a one-off step. You will receive these instructions and actually have this experience this afternoon when I send you the welcome email to the capability course in ITAFE. It's a one-off, and then they're into the course. If you've got units that are attached to the course, you have to repeat that step at each unit. There are ways that you can meta-course your units to your course homepage, but because there are many units that are shared amongst common qualifications, the units actually stand by themselves. So you need to create a group and a key for each one of those units. So it's the preferred and recommended method. Currently with the Skills Points products, the blended delivery support team are creating the groups and creating the keys. So the teaching section collects all the information and gives it to the blended delivery support team. And the STEs or the sticks assist the teaching section to collect all their information to provide to the blended delivery support team. Then the blended delivery support team issue the keys and the link to the course, and then you can go in, add your details, and then send the welcome email. But it's just really important that you understand that the units are actually sitting outside of the course and they need their own unique access key. And you might find that once you go into a unit and you search for groups, there may be quite a few different qualifications that are sharing that one unit. For instance, we've got 4 qualifications in bakery that share multiple units because they're all core units. Rather than duplicate the unit 4 times for 4 different qualifications, we utilise the functionality within Moodle to be able to run groups and share. So it's less work, it's being more efficient, being more environmentally sustainable, if that's a word. Here is a picture of a course homepage in ITAFE, which is the old legacy theme. We try to create a consistent course and unit layout so that it provided that consistent customer experience. And TAFE Digital and Skills Points have created the same thing, a standard master template which they've built all the Skills Points products in, and then they deploy that to the regional Moodles. So it's just a consistent design. This is an education support, same course, but in the North Coast theme. So traditionally, a section wanted to have a presence in Moodle, so they'd contact their local support e-learning team, and then they would create whatever they wanted. However, now we tend to just have a simple design. So teacher permissions, what do they look like? Usually you get either non-editing teacher permissions or you get editing teacher permissions. We recommend training if you have editing teacher permissions because there are some certain things that you can do and you need to have the knowledge behind it. Editing teacher, a non-editing teacher, can communicate with students, can mark assignments, moderate forums, view the gradebook. They can use the text editor in forums. They can add links, pictures and files. They can hide and unhide content, create and manage groups, and generate reports. So a non-editing teacher can perform all the facilitation in the platform that is required. An editing teacher can actually build a course. So the editing teacher can create groups and access keys, and they also have extended permissions, so they can manually enroll their students, and they can also manually enroll non-editing teachers. So the editing Moodle teacher tends to be a bit of a Moodle champion in the section and the go-to person, and usually coordinates the preparation and the administration of Moodle products. They can add and edit activities in forums, document upload, quizzes, choice activities and online chats, and many more activities. You'll see once you get your sandpit all the choice of different activities. We will point out just the common activities that are used. And they can edit course content in labels, pages and Moodle books. So all the instruction to the student, and also generate reports when needed. Okay, so because we've got the new Skills Point products and they've got a standard learning design, anything that our skills team want to build from scratch, I've replicated a template so that we've got something to give to for new development that is moving the skills teams towards that new look and feel experience, so that we're in line with the intentions from Skills Points. So what this looks like in iTAFE. So this is the course template 2019 version 1. It's got no Skills Point theme, but it's got the same wording. Oh, my screen just shut down for a minute. Is it there? It's frozen. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. My just started. Hello? I'm back. Oh, sorry guys, I'm having technical issues. My screens are just flashing in front of my eyes. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, I might have to come over to your computer if that's all right. Which is fabulous. Yes, it does, Kerry. Okay, so this is the standard course template. If you click on what will I learn, there's some information in there that is in the Skills Point Moodle. So it's standard. How will I be assessed? Recognition. How do I get help? And then of course we've got the compliance built in. So a standard template from here on in will have all of the compliance built in. So the participants won't be able to go to any tab until they've confirmed their understanding of the course assessment guide. So all of the platform as well, and the same for the unit template. Screen or have that cheat sheets and so forth, but in the lessons and the resources and pull activities in there that have all of the settings, the recommended settings. So it's really